What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of La Liga Career Mode. This is episode number 18. We start today's episode off on the back of our defeat to Real Betis. 1 point picked up from 6, start the season off. Not a great beginning for Granada to a season where we've been asked to finish in a European place this year. We loaned out Pepe Sanchez to Anderlecht there. Our young centre-half has gone out to play in the Belgian Pro League. And also, we saw Bruno Lage wanted to bring Ruben Rashina to Molineux. I could see that, to be fair, I really could, but I'm not going to sell him. We gave him a contract extension at the start of the window, so it wouldn't be realistic to sell him after giving him a new deal, and, to be fair, the vet, I like him, you know, I really, really do. I say it all the time, you always want a vet in your team. Yes, you've got 39-year-old Pepe Reina, but no one in the outfield, but Rashina, I like him, you know, often starts in this team, wears the captain's armband when he does. I like him. I'm going to keep him for the remainder of the year and possibly sell him next season, or maybe just keep him until he retires. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Still, first game of today's episode, Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. The champions last season, as we remember, and of course in real life, they also won the Champions League as well. So going away to the Bernabeu. Starting the season off, 1 point from 6, no wins in our first 2. Let's just say there weren't many punters putting bets on us to win this one. But at the Metropolitano, we really attacked Atletico and were full value for the point we ended up getting. So at the Bernabeu, we're back in Madrid, I thought, right, let's go at Real as well. Let's not play defensive. Let's not try and get the point. No, let's go for all three. And after a first half where we've been the better team, we continue to attack in the second half. And just past the hour mark, Luis Milla puts Granada in front at the Bernabeu, wearing the armband. I talked about his possible future club captain, and our number 5 gets his first of the year. And Granada take a shock, but not shock lead to the Bernabeu because we deserved it. We've been brave, we've been attacking really well, and I'll be honest, I was playing some lockdown defense on this game, and Karim Benzema, Vinicius, they couldn't get a sniff. Domingo Duarte was having a performance of his life in the back line. We were leading by 1, it was stoppage time, we were desperately holding on to a famous victory and a huge 3 points. But Toni Kroos, with 37 seconds of stoppage time remaining, bailed Carlo Ancelotti out and rescued a point for Real. And look at Ancelotti going mad to join in the huddle. That was so funny, man. I mean, I was angry, but I was laughing at the same time. And my manager avatar certainly was as well, because I was absolutely gutted at this. Final score at the Bernabeu, 1-1. And listen, had you offered me a point pre-game, I would have taken it and then some. You look at the stats here. How often does this happen? The AI scoring with their only shot of the game, and it came in the 92nd minute. Absolutely gutted, because I felt I deserved to win that game, man. We had some good attacks, we had some good chances, we took a really good one in the second half through Mia as well, and you would have seen the stats on Duarte there. EA have really got to sort of tackling stat out. He made like 2 or 3 tackles in the game. I think it's because, like, if you just run into the man and intercept, it doesn't go down as a tackle 1, just a possession 1. But even so, he was a monster in that game, Duarte, and I rarely include defensive highlights, but I probably should have done for that game there, because Karim Benzema, he was in his back pocket for 92 minutes. I mean, literally, you know that meme when the defender on Twitter, you know, you will see like a, you know, what's in his back pocket and it's keys, wallet, and then like an opposition forward. That would have been what I would have posted on Twitter at the end of the game there, man, because Benzema was in Duarte's back pocket all game long, but I just couldn't hold on for the 3 points. It would have been our first big, and I mean big boy scalp of the entire save so far. Just couldn't hold on, and a famous win denied by that wily old dog, Toni Kroos. How good is Toni Kroos, by the way? I mean, seriously, like, I mean, you know, you think about the stars in world football, and Toni Kroos sometimes slips under the radar, but he really is a fabulous player, isn't he? Anyway, moving forward, transfer deadline day, and as you can see, I had no plans to do anything. We had $8.5 million in the budget, and yes, we didn't win any of our first 3 games, but to pick up back-to-back points at the Metropolitano and the Bernabeu, and push Betis every step of the way in our first game at home this season, only to lose, I feel confident in my squad. I do. I do want to loan out a couple more young players. We've loaned out a lot of players so far. Ricard's going to go to PSV Eindhoven on a loan. He came back from his loan spell last year. He's going to loan him out once again. We've obviously got Sugawara, who's our regular starter, and also Bunuel, who's our backup too. So Ricard won't play in this team. So getting some first team football once again is a good decision there. He's going to go to the Netherlands. And also, I was going to try and loan out Pablo Rodriguez as well. We signed him from Lecture at the start of last season. We just couldn't get any game time for him last year. Of course, behind Suarez, Bacca, and and also a Rezo, who was pretty decent as well. We did have a bid from Steven Gerrard for our Albanian winger Uzuni. There was only 1 hour on the clock though, so I didn't do anything with this, just turned it down. I don't mind, it was a backup winger too. And that would do it for transfer deadline day. A very quiet one for Granada. But we've already done our business this window, and I'm more than happy with it as well. Yes, we've only signed 4 players, not an abundance of first-team quality coming in, but Randy Nteka as our new replacement for Carlos Bacca, and Garcia, who's got a good amount of first-team quality coming into our back line as well. So, you know, really, I think with the little money we had to work with in the summer window, yes, there was still a little bit remaining, but I thought it would be more sensible to keep that, because really, with 8.5 mil, who can you bring in that's going to have enough first team quality to definitely get us into a European place? No one. Like, let's be honest here. No one. There isn't a player you can sign for £8.5 million. It's got a starting overall of 80 and at 22 years old, for example. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So to me, it made a lot more sense just to keep the pennies as we've got right now. We can either keep it for the remainder of the season, have it carry over into next year's transfer budget, or we can look for a good deal in January. There's normally 1 or 2 available. So I think I made the right decision there doing nothing on deadline day. And I'm not going to panic. I am not going to panic one bit either. Yes, no wins in our first 3, but you think about the teams we had to face. Real and Atletico both away, and we got points against both of them. And against Real Betis, who last year were a top 4 team with an abundance of quality, well, we almost battled back from 3-0 down and get a point in that game as well. So I'm trusting this team, because again, you got to remember too, we're a really young team. And I said at the start of the season, if you remember, you know, as a really young team and as a good team, you're going to develop over the course of the year. Like, the team you have at the start of the season is going to be better, it's going to be worse, than the team at the end of the season. And the reason being is very simple. Because these guys are young players, you know, most of our players are in the early 20s, they're only going to get better as the season goes on. They're only going to improve in their attributes. So at the end of the season, you know, right now we're a 4-star team, but I bank on us being a 4.5-star team come the end of the campaign, because our youngsters are going to continue to develop and increase and improve their attributes as well. So I trust this team. I really, really do. I know it's been a tough start, yes, but 3 tough games to begin with wasn't exactly an easy set of fixtures to start off with either. So I definitely feel as though we can get a few wins going in this month here of September, starting off with a newly promoted Almeria side at home. Then I've got no doubt in my mind we'll be able to, just like last year, cement a top 10 finish. And that is my minimum, absolute minimum expectation this year, and there's no reason we can't do it. So for the second and final game, on the back of a heartbreaking draw away against Real Madrid, never thought I'd say that, taking on Almeria again. These guys are newly promoted to La Liga this season. We've got about 4 of their players that we signed last year. Heading into the game, I thought this has got to be our first win. We're at home. Our only home game so far was a 3-2 loss to Betis. This has to be our first win of the season, because we won't get many more easier games than this campaign. And 27 minutes in, this is why I said to Bruno Lage, sorry, but Ruben stays with us. Oh, class. Give him the unofficial assist for this. Did you miss it first time? Look at that on the replay. Oh, you love to see it. I try and do that every now and then when you dummy the ball with the player that's running onto a through ball for the man at the far post. It doesn't come off very often. It's really hard to do. But when you can pull it off, it looks sick. Fake shot of Rashina, dummies the ball, lets it run through to Darwin. He won't get the assist for it, but give him the unofficial assist for outfoxing the defender. It's so hard to pull that off, but it looks so cool when it comes off. So Granada 1, Almeria 0, and we made it 2 right before the break. Luis Javier Suarez, last year's top scorer in this Granada team, outsider for the Golden Boot last year. Did pretty well, to be fair, getting over 20 goals a season, and I'd love to see him win it this year, if possible. Granada 2, Almeria 0. It's our number 9, who is second of the season, and then 30 minutes after the restart, staying in attack mode, Antonio Villar, some brilliant dribbling, rolls it across. And do you remember last season I said that I would wager 2/3 of Villar's assists came to Suarez last year? These two just have an absolutely amazing bromance. The dynamic duo once again linking up. Antonio takes it round his man. See you later. Then pass another. Offloads to Suarez. He won the assist title last year. He's going to go for it back to back, baby. The teenage wonder kid with another assist. 3-0 Granada. And 63 minutes in, we would see an injury here for Rashina. goes down from a corner, little aerial duel there, stays down and eventually would get forced off as well. But that was really the only negative, what was otherwise a flawless performance. 7 minutes on the clock, still leading by 3. Suarez rolls through, Antonio VR beats Shackleton and then rounds Oya as well. The Wonder Kid has made a bright start to this season as we expected, and he's one of our own. He's one of our own. Antonio, he's one of our own. Love him, man. I really do. No doubt about it. Best talent in Spanish football right now. And again, he's one of our own. Rounds the goalkeeper, see you later, pops it in, open goal, 4-0 Granada, and exactly what we needed. And why I didn't panic on deadline day was because I remembered. First 3 games of the season, incredibly difficult. First game September, newly promoted Almeria at home. I knew we would get to winning ways at some point, and we have in this game here with a dominant display. There were positives, if not many points to take from our first 3 games. We took it into this one, and we battered Almeria for our first win of the season. 4-0 the final score, and like I said, I trust this team. Strong objective from the board to finish in 5th, 6th or 7th, but after an okay start to the season for Granada, yes, only 1 win in 4, but standing up to Real and Atletico as well and claiming points away in Madrid there, and this young team gelling and getting better and better, I trust this team. Long old season, but not a terrible start. But that will end today's episode of La Liga Career, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of La Liga Career Mode very soon.